What's going on, everyone? We are back on the Beta Crafter Skyblock server, and we are in the middle of setting up auto processing, and there's a few more machines we need to add up. I've made a compressor here. Let's head to the machine room so maybe I can jog my memory. I was just thinking about it because we have our 3 metal formers, a thermal I'll explain that in a second, and electric furnace. But there's some more we need, like the compressor, macerator. What else do we have over there? And maybe a couple other machines. But let me explain why we have our thermal centrifuge over here. And it's actually already hooked up to the interface with no patterns yet. But if we look inside this export bus, there's a fuel rod depleted MOX. Well, that's only useful if you have a nuclear reactor running all those fuel rods, right? Well, let's take a trip down below our base. And yep, this isn't the nuclear reactor from over there. This is a second one that I've made. Same setup, running strictly MOX, and I thought I just heard a skeleton. Everything is just nice and compact right here. We have a solid canning machine having fuel rods exported into it with a crafting card, so it will automatically craft a fuel rod and place it in here when possible. Over here we have a fuel rod MOX all set up, and in this interface we have the recipe for the fuel rod. So it will take a MOX nuclear fuel, toss it in here, and it will be made, and then it will be put in here as soon as we can. I think this one has a crafting card as well. And then over here we just have the import bus set to only pull out depleted, and this is just pulling out whatever's in there. And it just has smart cable right now. We only needed excuse me, we only needed 5 channels really, because of how nicely compact this ended up being. And as you can see, we have disconnected from our main power source. I'll reclaim all those copper wires. So now everything is on its own power grid over here regarding applied energistics and our processing. So that nuclear reactor can take care of our single-use machines and the mass fabricator, that kind of fun stuff. And over here I did add a couple more lasers and upgraded to these hardened flux ducts, and really expanded this capacitor, which is slowly regaining all its power. I actually didn't replace those too long ago. Whoa, that was a bad yawn. Alright, so let's head back up and get to hooking up some more machines. I believe I said we needed a macerator. Oh, hey, we already have one. Interesting. I must have made that when I was prepping for the first auto processing video. But there we go. So we're going to need 2 interfaces, some of those item ducts, and a couple servos. So let's grab those really quick. Alright, item duct, we need 4, beautiful. And we need electrum, so let's do some silver and gold. Alright, that should be enough for a stack. What is going on in here? We're gonna borrow you really quick. Actually, we'll let that run. Been making a whole lot of refined iron for the next episode, which is going to be, we're going to work on getting another reactor, but it's going to be one of the big reactors for all of our RF needs. So let's dump that in there. Take a look at servo one more time. Awesome, thank you very much. Did we grab those item ducts? We did, right there. And then we'll hook up the power to, that's simple enough to get done. That's what we forgot. We need two interfaces. So interface, oh hey, we have a bunch. Wonderful. I love it when I prepare and forget about it. And as you can see, I have closed off all these. It just looks a little bit better knowing that we're kind of in an enclosed spot. Alright, so we can break that out. Boom. We'll break that out. And there we go. And then we'll just hook these up with servos. Can you still do that? Nope, that's not how you do it. Okay. In the previous thermal expansion, if you right clicked on it with a wrench, it would actually change this setting for you and activate it. But I guess it's a little bit different. Alright, so I know I used a receiver over here, but you know what? Or a retriever. But I kind of like the way the servos look. And we still have plenty of room for machines. So let's look at making some recipes over here in our pattern terminal. First off, we're going to need more patterns. So let's go ahead and start that up. Hello? Oh, it's making glass. Okay. Pattern. That's enough to get started. So, one of the biggest ones I'm finding is we need a lot of Certus quartz dust. So that'll be a macerator one. And then how about some, we have obsidian here. And we can do that equals, I think it's just one that you get out of it. So that'll be a macerator. And that's all I can think of for now. Molecular assembler, solid canning machine, thermal centrifuge. Okay, I guess, oh, you know why? We don't have it hooked up through the ME system yet. That's easy enough. Alright, so macerator, boom, boom. And let's go grab some smart cables and get this all hooked up so we can just put stuff in from our net, or our little access point. So we need smart cables. And that's the blue network if I'm correct. So that'd be some lapis. Alright, jetpack is sitting good. Alright, there we go. Yeah, everything is looking decent. So I'm going to go right there. And then right, gotcha, there. And you can see it lit up. There's 2 channels, 3. How are we looking down here? Our access point, 8 channels. So if we did use just smart cables, that would fill up 1. And like I said, just don't want to waste all the resources on the dense cables. So the P2P tunnels are amazing. We have so many channels left where it looks like probably over here we're gonna run 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 of these dense cables all the way out there, and we can actually group those all in one. So we can run 1 smart cable all the way out there, probably just a Fluix one, and that will carry the channels we need, and then we'll split it off when we need it, or, whoa, hey, there's a hole right there, or split it off where we need it and go from there. Alright, so now should be able to look in here. Yep, macerator and compressor. So we need some refined iron plates. Let's go ahead and do that. Did that? I don't think I processed that. Refined. Craft me 1 or 2 or 3 or however many. And then we will look at refined. Alright, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be fine. We're just going to do all of them. There we go. 9 of those bad boys will turn into a dense, and that is going to go into our compressor. So now we can order up a dense iron plate, ask for one of those, and it will process only 65 bytes. Been trying to see solar panel. Let's see if we make 10 of them. That's too many bytes, and also we are significantly short. That is a lot of refined iron. Actually short on Invar. It takes 1,917 steel nuggets. That's crazy. Alright. What else can we add to this room? Let me over here. Not really sure. I guess we can get started on the big reactor stuff. Oh, that's why we're moving so slow. Because we need our carrot juice. Alright. Let's take a look at big reactors. Alright, we need Yellorium fuel rods, which is this little pain in the butt. Reactor controller, computer, that's easy enough to make, really. Reactor chambers, that's easy. We can set a recipe for that. Reactor power tap, MFE, those are easy enough to make. We need 2 access ports, easy enough. And we're gonna do just a little small one, because for the most part it's going to be powering our assembly table. And it's going to go right here. A nice little 3x3. We'll actually probably butt it up against the rear wall. And I think we will bust out the ceiling in that nice little 3x3 area and do 3 rods going right up the middle. No coolant. And just wall it off completely. Power tap will probably go out the bottom. The access ports will be on the sides, and we will we can use applied energistics and pair that with like a lever or something so we can shut it off nice and easily. So let's actually get some of this stuff, start making up the patterns. So reactor U. Oops, U. We can make our recipe. That gives us 2. And molecular assembler. You're not a pattern. You're a pattern. Alright, so if we look at reactor, let's make 20 electrical steel. How do you make you? Wait, come here. I think this was... Alright, just silicone and steel. So we can grab that. Steel. Refined. And I think we should have some silicone left over in our sag mill. We do, tons of it. So we can go ahead and toss that in there, let it process through. And there's our electrum. And let's start looking at this computer, because I actually have done a little bit of stuff with computer craft before, more specifically with the turtle. And I've written my own programs and that kind of stuff, but it's been quite a while. There's a computer. That was easy. Controller U. Red dye, redstone, and iron. Red dye, redstone, and iron. So let's come over here to our nifty crafting table. Nope. Alright, let's get... Stop. You. That was quick. Yeah, that was very nice. Alright, controller. Redstone comparator. Okay. Hello? Uh-oh. Sorry about that. My Minecraft decided to take a nice little poopy, but I guess that's what happens when you let it run continuously for a very long time. But anyways, we were working on the controller, right? Whoa, that's interesting. What are we missing? Alright, the redstone comparator. So let's go ahead and grab one of those. And another little redstone. And watch how fast this goes. 5, 6. We get a peek at 6? Nope, 720. The lasers are heating up. Oh, I could have swore there was more than that. I put quite a few in, down there. Oh, okay, 600,000. That's actually, I think that's more than a machine frame. That's right. Still, not going to take that long. Watching it go. I'm going to try and get this over 1,000 arithmetic. Uh-oh. I hear the little monster. He's starting to wake up from his nap. Oh, he's so cute when he's tired. Oh, I love my little dorky kid. He's so tired. Such a cute little baby. Alright, let's grab this controller really quick, and then I'm going to have to take care of my kid. And then I will bring you guys back for the rest of this stuff. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, so the kid is taken care of, and he wasn't cooperating and keeping down, so I did some work off camera. And now if you look for big reactors, you can see we have quite the little stockpile. We got our big reactor casings, the yellorium fuel rods, which look at this crap, a bunch of hardened glass, and these pellets of RTG fuel. I actually made a recipe for that, so if we need them in the future, we can just auto-craft them, set it, and forget it. Let's see. See? Right there. Very nice. And so, let's get this laid out. Don't think we're going to get it up and running this episode. I think I got to go back and rename that last episode because there wasn't a whole lot of auto crafting or auto processing we did this episode. So maybe we'll just keep that regular auto processing. Oops, wrong block. Let's clear some of this junk out and get the important things we need. Controller power tap. I think you can put the power tap on the bottom. I'm not sure about that. I hope you can, because that would be a nice way to conceal all the stuff. But I think this is how we are going to set this up, like that. We'll get 3 fuel rods. Can I get underneath there? Yep, there we go. Don't want to lose that controller. Alright, we just want to go one there, and one there, and I got it. Wonderful. So let's see if it'll let me do power tap. Just like that. The controller will go right there, and then we just need to encase this. So let's grab some more. Do we have more electrical steel? Oh yes, we should have enough. Alright, so reactor, what was that? 18, right? Oh, we are short steel. Let's just look up reactor right that. How many can we get? 10. Is that going to be enough? We're certainly going to find out. Oh, beautiful. Alright, let's just grab one piece of Yellorium, because I just want to see if this will power up with that power tap on the bottom. It's the only thing I'm worried about. Input in. Looks like it went in. And then we activate it. A nice little floor. You know what? Let's fill it all the way up. And off camera, I will hook it all up. But I want to see what the maximum potential for this is, and if it's a danger, because I don't want this thing overheating. Alright, activate. Alright, let's get stable, get stable. Just under 1,000 RF. Oh, 850 RF a tick. Not bad, really. And, okay, go away. What does that hold? 10 million RF. That's a decent little buffer, especially when this is going to be powering our, what is that little bugger called? Assembly table. This guy. Pretty much the whole reason I wanted this build was to power the assembly table for when we're doing massive massive assembly table work, because we are only running this really off of a redstone solar panel, which only charges during the day, and down here you can't really tell if it's day or night outside. So with this putting out 800 RF a tick, that covers, we saw earlier it peaked at 720 RF, so that will more than cover the all the lasers running at full speed. And we still haven't really filled up. We can expand this. As you can see, there is room to actually go out one bigger, right? So that would, I'm trying to figure this out in my head. That's what, 4x5. We might knock this room. I don't think there's anything back there, is there? Oh, there's this. Well, that's right. We're gonna eventually. I want to either relocate this or make it a self-sufficient system, so we can knock this wall back one more and enclose this entire room. That's a 5x5, which at like that we can do 5 different fuel rods, 3 high, and we'll put resonant ender in the center. Let's go ahead and shut that down for now. This will hold its power just fine. And the resonant ender will cool it off, no problem. And yeah, this is actually something I did. You remember the storage drawers that used to be right here? Well, if we bust out this wall, we have our jetpack on. You can see I'm starting to remove these item ducts. But I've ran an ME cable here. It is P2P, so we have all 32 channels running where we can pull it off. There's the second P2P. Just going to a little smart cable and an import bus. Ooh, is that full? It is. We have full essence. So we can actually turn this back on now. Always active, so it'll start spawning spiders. Really need to start tearing a lot of this stuff down and turning it, because really what we need, I know, double really, we need either another tree farm like this running rubber trees, but I've heard that doesn't work. It doesn't harvest. Maybe that's the IC2 ones, because these are from Mine Factory Reloaded. But that, or we'll use a Mine Factory Reloaded tree farm, which I actually like a lot better. But we need one of those, a farm for cactus, a farm for carrots and sugar cane, and then we need a nice big area for our animals. We can probably delete that, or not delete it, but tear it down. And I think pretty quick here, I'm going to tear down these water towers. They are outdated. Tear down all these lines and hook up be auto processing down here to run off of the reactor. Actually, that'd be a good use for it. And I think we need one more sieve so we can continuously do soul sand. Or no, we need one more sieve so we can do dust, because I'm still switching in between these depending on what we're getting low on. Right now we are low on redstone, so I am currently, oh, we can't get down the way, currently sifting for more redstone. But yeah, that's a big step in the right direction, this reactor is. So anyways, guys, that is going to end this episode. So thank you for watching. Let's plug this hole up really quick. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you guys later.